Beautiful people, what the fuck is up? After 100 episodes, I feel like, well, shit, do I keep counting off episodes? I don't fucking know. Excuse me. This is the earliest I recorded episode, so I probably still got my sleepy voice on. But shit, welcome to episode 101. I like that title. Episode, I know it's fucking nuts. Welcome to episode 101, guys. Sunday Sessions with Rich podcast. On today's episode, I have a reoccurring guest and a great fan of mine, Jasmine. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Rich, and congrats on 100 episodes.
Thank you. It don't feel like a lot, but it is a lot.
It is a lot, seriously.
It feels
And that's like what, even if you've had repeat guests, that's still so many people you've been able to and get to know and learn from.
I know. It's cool. It's cool. That Sunday, what did I do? I got drunk and I smoked. So I was like, we go celebrate.
Hell yeah.
We go celebrate. But thank you for being a part of the journey too. Because I know we had, I think, 1 or 2 episodes in there. And I'm just super grateful we was able to get you back on. For those who are new to the show, I'm assuming just different people every week, let us know who you are, because you're an amazing person, and what you got going on.
So my name is Jasmine. And I think the last time I was on, so we had recorded one episode, our first one ever, and I think that got lost. So
they got lost, yeah.
And it was awesome because when we first recorded that very first time, I think I was still about to quit my job, my 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And then when we recorded, I was like maybe like a few months in, and now I'm probably, oh my God, it's gonna be a year soon in a few months.
Nuts. Fucking nuts.
Dude, my whole life has changed. And okay, I'm gonna just say straight off the bat, if anyone has that feeling to just like quit your job for whatever reason, like even if you love it, just do it. But I know it's some time to like even build up that confidence to do so. Because not gonna lie, it took me like maybe like 3 years to do it. And man, I would have never expected my life to be
you're glowing right now because you took that risk.
Thank
risk. You took the nudge.
Dude, I instantly felt like that Kanye tweet was like, I have no manager. I cannot be managed. And it's so true. Like, seriously.
Fuck that shit. I got a lot to talk to you about, but what are you, so for those who are like, well, okay, quit my job, then what? How did you set yourself up in alignment to be able to take care of yourself?
And I love that you said set myself up in alignment. That's literally what I did. Mm-hmm. So by the time I had the balls to quit, I sincerely and fully trusted in the mystery of the universe. I had nothing. Like for me, I always imagined the universe like I'm free falling down, like almost as if I'm skydiving. Yeah. But no, the universe always has a safety net. Like, even if it feels like you're gonna fall down and crash, it's like, that's never gonna happen. The universe loves you. Like, whatever you believe in, like, even if it's just yourself, like, you're not gonna be let down.
Nope.
As soon as you follow your heart, like, and I feel like that's why some people get the calling to quit their job. Because when you think, how many hints does the universe have to give you that something's not working out for you?
Shit, a lot. And we ignore that. We ignore it.
The time, even in relationships and friendships with our, like things that we deal with every day, like when we're not fully comfortable, when we're not fully set, like clearly there's something wrong. Because when something's going great, like, you're not gonna have any resistance. And for me to feel that resistance every day, even though I loved my boss, even though I loved my coworkers, even though I was challenged, like I was making great money. Oh, the money I forgot. The money was keeping me in a chokehold for so long. Because I feel like for the average person, be like, why are you giving this up? Like, so many people will be lucky to be in your position.
But they don't feel right no more.
Nope. Like working in IT, almost making 6 figures, like that was a
big ball of Jasmine over there.
So imagine like what my friends and family had to say. Although I feel like it was so cool. My friends, like after a while, like I feel like I kind of inspired them in some sense.
That's so cool.
Just to break free from that mold and like get rid of that like conditional thinking that we have to work all the time.
See, okay, so it's kind of crazy. So the whole, you feel that something that adding up with his job. I had quit my job because I work in sales, and I had quit my job recently because I was just miserable. Like when it gets to a point, because the money ain't keeping you happy no more. So
Yeah.
when it gets to a point where you literally sad when you wake up to start your shit, it's time to
Yeah.
go.
Mm-hmm.
It's time
But
to go.
like we are way too young to waste our lives. I was thinking, I was like, bro, like how do people keep this up until like they're 65?
I
That
think
blows my mind.
it's probably like that old school mentality though, but I don't get it. People be like, they're still in a job for 20, 30 years, barely got a raise, miserable as shit, but it's you gotta stay. And I think you think maybe it's like some loyalty or some shit. I don't know. I don't get it.
I could definitely understand, like, imagine like you have like a partner you're married to, you got a couple of kids, you have a
Yeah.
mortgage,
You
off.
comfortable.
Yeah,
You
the
comfortable.
comfortable. A
You
lot of people
comfortable.
are willing to stay comfortable.
Ooh,
For
you,
what?
you preaching to the choir. Jasmine, I've been on, and I know you appreciate this. I've been on this spiritual awakening of creation as of late. So I saw the new Matrix movie, had a mini another awakening during like the intro middle part. Everything else was just regular shit. But it really made me think, are we really manifesting, or is someone inputting codes to suggest a thought for us to
Yeah.
create the destined whatever crap? And that's been fucking with me.
Dude, okay, this is so I was literally talking to my best friend about this yesterday. So, do you know about Neville Goddard and his
Yes,
teaching?
I love Neville Goddard.
Him too. And Andy put me on to him
Shout out
recently.
to Andy.
Corey. Yeah. Shout out to Andy and Corey.
Let's go, Corey.
Comple- Completely changed my whole perspective because I followed Abraham Hicks teachings for the longest time, and just present moment awareness, doing focus wheels, like setting intentions throughout segments of your day. But with Neville Goddard, like I'm such an imaginative person. I think it's just that Pisces energy, bro. I love imagining. I love daydreaming.
Yeah, you back in your childhood bag.
Yeah. And like to see it, like I didn't realize how powerful our imagination was. And so I'm reading about Neville Goddard, and I come across this Reddit post. And even me and my friend were discussing it yesterday. Like it was just too realistic and too detailed to be made up. And so apparently, this guy, we don't know 100% if it was a man or a woman.
Okay.
I'm just going to say it's a dude because he mentioned having a female partner, but you just never know.
You never do.
So he mentioned that he's been following Neville Goddard's teachings for a while.
Wow.
Ended up, so apparently, like he's technically sleeping, but he was in a whole different reality for 2 nights and 3 days in Shanghai. And I want to say he's based in Chicago.
Damn.
Dude, it was like lucid dreaming to another level.
Damn.
Like everything he wanted, like manifested instantly in front of him. And so, and like he's going through full days. Like this isn't a dream, like he's living in a different reality.
What the fuck?
When he wakes up, quote, he wakes up, he goes into the kitchen and he sees like his favorite fruit or favorite breakfast on the table. And he's asking his partner, like, oh, like, thank you so much for getting this. And his partner was like, I just woke up. So for like, that's crazy. Like, so like his whole reality is shifting. And then he had an update that he was able to do this again. Oh, and by the way, since he was in Shanghai, he's never been there before. And when he quote wakes up, he Googles photos, same exact thing. Like he was actually in this completely new place that he's never been to and got to fully experience in a different reality.
Some next level manifestation shit.
Like it's so why I'm just like, oh, how can you make this up,
But why not? Why not? Why couldn't that happen? I mean, why couldn't that not happen? He's just bending his reality differently.
Yeah. Like he's just tapping into a different reality. And in his update, he was kind of describing, because obviously, like we all have a lot of questions now after his experience. And in his Reddit post update, he termed like our world right now the first world. He doesn't even know what to call like this.
Damn.
He was saying, he was like, what if like this first world that we're in is like we're not really controlling? And
Wait,
like,
elaborate on that one.
so it's
That's
like, what
fucking
if
deep.
like a matrix? Because doesn't it feel like why do we have so much resistance to our manifesting? Why do like in our dreams, like when you think about something, sometimes it'll appear or like you
Yeah.
navigate. Although maybe in this first world, energetic wise, like everything feels really slow. Like
Ooh,
things take time.
damn.
But it's like if we're like master manifestors, like that's kind of like what something I'm kind of struggling with. Not
Hmm.
but trying to understand better. It's like I understand we're powerful creators. It's like, but what's this time gap? And maybe it's divine timing for the universe to align you into the perfect situation
Right.
you desire. But still, it's like, and I feel like no matter how much you're in alignment, other people will naturally affect your energy too. So what's
Yeah.
like, how can you truly have our created reality when there's so many variables and influences?
God damn it, you asking the wrong person on that one because that shit
Things I'm thinking about, and especially watching the Matrix movie, I'm like,
is because you got different hijackers. Okay, so for example,
mhm,
you was telling your family or friends, "Hey guys, I'm quitting my job." Right? Their suggestion, aka hijacking your free will, could sway you in a different direction where you probably would have put it off for another, let's say, 6, 7 months if
mhm.
you listen. But I guess shit, you just gotta
Yeah,
stand on your shit, to be honest.
and people, oh my God, that's so trippy because people are like running on a script. People just
Yeah,
say
right.
like the same things over and over.
No, I really think so. I don't get mad at people anymore because I just assume you're either a bot or an NPC at this point. Like that's just the most logical thing I could think of at this point.
Have you seen that movie with Ryan Reynolds?
No, but what's the movie?
Oh my God, I think it's called NPC, non-playable character.
But I will watch that today.
But it's awesome because so Ryan Reynolds plays an NPC in a video game and he slowly starts to realize he's an NPC.
No,
It's so dope.
I'm gonna watch that tonight because it's so fucking. Dolores Cannon talk about this.
Oh
I don't
yeah,
know
just in
excerpts.
the background.
Yeah, she just call them background characters, but it makes so much sense.
Yep.
Like think about the person, like okay, you because you live in New York, right?
Yeah.
So imagine you walking down the street in New York. Every time you leave out, there's always some random person that you never seen each and every time, each and
Every
every time. Where are you coming from if you're not a fucking background character just filling space? That person who and Twitter literally tells us the truth. They have bots on Twitter who respond. We think it's real, but we arguing with a robot. Same people you having conversation with who simply can't wrap their heads around your logic, even though it's some simple shit. And they argumentative. I probably just botched that word, but fuck it, it's still early. They're argumentative, and they just going with the narrative, and it just makes you scratch your head. But now it makes sense.
Oh my God, dude, that's so true. I don't I was in a park one day and this woman, she was just telling me she's like, she blames them on Russian bots.
There you go.
There's so many Russian bots influencing American culture and American. I was like,
They fucking know. Like when you explain this, people are like, "Oh, you're crazy." No, you just,
"Dude, that's so wild to think about. And doesn't it do? I'm so, like the mental capacity some people have. Like, how can you not change your mind? How can you not be open to new information? How can you be so dead set?
it's
Unless
just.
it's emotional, like there's just some facts they simply can't handle. But it's like, what?
I think the correct word for that is I think it's called cognitive dissonance. If I'm using that word
Yeah.
correctly, I'm guilty. When I first had my spiritual awakening, um, this is before I knew that this was a matrix and all that shit. But when I heard that this could be a matrix, I rejected the information. Whoa, too much. This can't be true.
What was that experience like for you?
I was fucking going crazy. I thought I was losing my shit, but it resonated. It felt right, but I had no way of confirming that to be true. So my brain is like going in fucking circles.
Yeah.
But it felt right. I just couldn't wrap my head. What the fuck? Like, you might hear my cat playing around, shit, but it felt it felt right. But I didn't have proof. I didn't have fucking proof. Internal proof for my logic mind to be like, okay, we know this is the deal.
I'm trying to remember when that awakening started for me. I feel like in my journey, like I was so focused on healing like family trauma that like everything just naturally like fell together. And then like I instantly went through Dolores Cannon's material.
Yeah.
So I could maybe help me ease into that.
What? No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I never looking back, like I never had that moment where I was like, oh my God, everything's fake. Like
Yeah.
I'm sorry. No, that did happen to me the morning after I took DMT. That fucked me up for like
DMT.
Yeah, dude, I literally saw it was so wild. I'm so thankful for my friend because like he had like this water vaporizer and I was able to break through the very first time taking it.
Shit.
Dude, it felt like legit like an hour, but at most it must have been like 10-15 minutes. I remember talking to her, he was babysitting me and I was like, I just remember looking over at him. I was like, you are so patient because my whole world I felt like an hour had gone by of just like freaking out. It was honestly, I wasn't like freaking out, but it was just like
it's new
to process and take in because I literally saw our 3D reality be reconstructed. Like I felt like I was transported into like another dimension.
Whoa.
I call them my rainbow family. I don't know if anyone else has had that experience. Like everything was connected, the ground, the trees, the sky, and like I felt the energetic beat of all of this.
Whoa.
And I was feeling so loved and safe. And then as I'm coming down, I think that was the peak of it. And as I'm coming down, I finally had the courage to open my eyes. I'm like, and I'm seeing like my friend's walls, like it was all wavy.
That's
and then
so
like
cool.
From the bottom up, it just starts solidifying. And I'm looking around and I'm like, this is all constructed.
Yeah.
The next I was okay the rest of the day, but then in the morning, I'm just like looking out my window. And I'm like, this is all fake. This is all constructed.
That's like, why, because we're guilty. We'll get wrapped up, you know, in taking it serious. But you can't. Like, you got to remind yourself not to take this experience seriously because it's not real. It's physically not real. Jasmine, when I had caught the fucking COVID, I caught the fucking COVID. It caught me. It finally caught up to my ass. And I said, son of a bitch, I will catch this shit. But I was talking to myself and like, never once was I afraid, but it was just like, look, you interrupted my gym time because I need to get back in the gym. I ain't got time for this shit. So I was just talking to my body, like, you know, I command you to leave. This is my body. I was talking to my immune system, like, fuck, you going through a lot right now, bro. Fucking hell. Like, I'm super appreciative of you. So I'm literally talking to my body every day. I'm visualizing, you know, like white light surrounding me and shit and just healing. And as I kept doing that, I just kept getting better and better. I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. And I started talking as if it was already gone. So they'll be like, how you feeling? And I'm like, you know, I'm just healing right now. Or I had, you know, COVID. And just so I'm not in that timeline of vibration of keeping it. And that shit fucking worked.
I love that.
I was like, I fucking healed myself. Let's go.
Dude, and that works. Like, dude, I feel like we're like gods to our bodies when you think about it. Like, we're controlling everything.
But have you noticed that with some people, it's a limitation on what you can do with your powers? Like, if you tell them, like, for example, just manifest a better job or manifest a friendship or whatever, it's almost like, no, I can't do that. It's a limitation on what I can do.
Oh, 100%. And I don't blame people because it's like, I guess like when you've never experienced the better end of the stick, you manifest it if you don't know what you're looking for. Like if you've never had a great relationship, like how do you know what green flags to look for?
True.
Mention too.
Do you need, let me ask you this though. Is it because a person needs enough proof of them manifesting their life, enough evidence for them to be like, okay, I'm fully bought in. Because I feel like some people, they talk, but they don't fully believe the extent of their powers or our powers.
I definitely believe that. I believe that people don't realize the extent of their powers.
Because
And
this shit gets deep.
because our logical brains like want proof. So
Right. It wants proof. Right.
it's really hard to completely let go and just trust that it's going to happen, even if you've never experienced it before. And I could see, like, even energetic, honestly, that's one thing I was really grateful for. When I quit my job was like, because I was making money,
Mm-hmm.
I was already tapped into that abundance, that air of
Yeah.
abundance. I knew money was just going to keep coming in. So I
Yeah.
could imagine, like, if someone, was making like five figures or even like just struggling, like being paid minimum wage, I could imagine like the resistance, the amount of
Yeah.
it take to believe that you could make like $200 an hour.
But then that just has to come into easier said than done because if you have like a lack mentality, but even just like little exercises, like and it's you have to keep doing it until you believe, and it's like a tangible thing with a logical mind can be like, yeah, just like telling thinking the shit you bought. Like if you bought, groceries. With this groceries, I'm able to make some fucking bomb ass fucking Indian chicken today or some fucking jerk chicken. I'm fucking grateful for this shit. But then just celebrating the money being spent because we're not supposed to hoard it and just
Ooh,
living in an abundance mindset. Easier said than done, but you have to practice and start somewhere.
ooh, I've never done that. Celebrating money being spent.
My homie Erin, she channels source and she does like a money magnet class. She put me onto this. So you celebrate when you spend money. Like for example, if your grocery bill, for example, my fucking prices are expensive here. I'm not used to this shit yet. My grocery bill was like 150. And normally, well, I did complain a little bit, so like, fuck sakes, this shit too, like, y'all fucking finessing my ass. But then when I got out my head, I was like, hey, this 150, I'm able to make my protein meals. I'm able to have my protein shake. I'm able to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner to fuel me and make my muscles grow X, Y, and Z. So I express gratitude for this $150. This is the perfect number for me. Thank you. And then I'll just carry it on my way.
I love that because I
'Cause
feel
go
the
ahead,
advice
go ahead.
I've gotten, I've seen a lot is like no matter what you spend, just think about like the money coming back like tenfold.
It's always coming back.
It really, dude, that's why I love like I'll pay for things. Like if I'm feeling in a great mood, like I'll
Mhm.
cover the whole bill if I'm out with friends.
If I'm feeling just, I got this. Like,
Yeah, because I'm just like I know it's gonna come back, and
yeah,
it seriously always does in some form.
in some kind of way. I think it's the art, just surrender. I feel like we talked about this before, but it's just been more prevalent the more you surrender. Like, prime example, um, stepfather transition, next day caught COVID, couldn't make it on a flight. Internally, exactly. So I'm like, I laughed in the sacks. I'm like, okay, Source, I don't know what's going on. You're joking. You're pulling my shit right now. So I'm laughing internally, like, fuck. I know better than this. So I know it's a reason for this shit. So I surrendered. Fucked up part two. I was supposed to start my new job that Tuesday for training. So I couldn't even do that. So now I got so I'm thinking, so I got this whole
Oh,
month off basically until I start my new job. So I'm thinking, one, I needed a mental break. And also I just needed to recharge to get myself centered. And I was like, fuck, but you got a fucking fancy way of making my ass sit down. Fuck, man. But I couldn't help but laugh and surrender because I knew it was a why. I couldn't play victim. I knew it was a why behind this shit. I just had to wait and see.
yep. Like the universe clearly wanted you to just stop dead in your tracks
Just chill.
for a little bit. Honestly,
Just
that's
chill.
whenever I get sick. I had COVID. I think it was like in December. But even before that, like whenever I get sick now, like I thank my body first of all because like
Yeah.
oh, clearly I was going a little too wild. So like I needed this break. So thank you
Yeah.
for this reminder to chill out.
Because we do so much. I just think sickness is, like you said, it's just a way for the body to remind us we need to relax and just chill. Because
Yeah.
even I like, for example, Saturday, I didn't do shit. Like this, because I got back last weekend, I think. Yeah, last weekend, I think. So I was just spending the week just, getting shit adjusted and running errands, blah, 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 catching up. And so Saturday was like the first time I didn't do shit. So I'm like, I'm feeling guilty. Like I need to, we don't know. You just need to lay your ass in bed, watch Netflix, and just fucking chill. That's all you need to do.
I never feel guilty for sleeping in now. Recently my brother had his first kid, so I've been taking care of a newborn.
Congratulations.
Cute, dude, he's the freaking cutest thing ever. The pure, dude, the pure energy
Oh,
of a newborn is so fascinating.
I love that.
It just makes me have so much compassion because it's like when you think about it, like most of us, we were all so celebrated for our births.
Yeah.
There was at least a group of people so excited for us to enter the world, just
Yup.
like how me and my family was for my nephew. Like we
Is
were, we
Oh,
were
that's
all
so
just
beautiful.
helpless little beings at one point,
That's
and
so
then
wild. That's so
I took care
fucking
of ourselves.
wild. Oh,
But because I've been taking care of him, like waking up every 3 hours to help with
yeah.
the feedings and stuff like that, because I really wanted to give my sister-in-law a break.
Okay.
First of all, shout out if anyone is a single parent, I just want to say I have so much respect, even if you're single or with a partner and have help, like that shit is not easy. Thank you all for the incredible job you are doing on top of taking care of yourself.
Shout out to the parents.
And I really hope that there are people to help. But because I've been just my sleep schedule has been crazy. So dude,
Yeah.
I take any chance to get to sleep in. I do not feel guilty anymore.
I'm gonna just do it.
Mhm.
I'm gonna just do it. Tell me, how the fuck was Kanye's concert? Oh my God.
Dude,
How did you manifest this one? Because you inspire me with your creations. I'm gonna be honest.
real. So as soon as, not gonna lie, this happened literally yesterday too. I got tickets to Knicks versus Nets because my friend is coming to New York City for
Fucking
the first time.
hell.
Yeah, my friend's coming to New York City for the first time. Like, and I was like, dude, sometimes the dates are just way too coincidental and perfect for me to
Yeah.
ignore. Even Kanye's concert being on 2222.
Right.
Are you serious?
Fuck.
And one of our seat numbers was in section 20, in
No
section
way.
2. Like it was just too much.
That's cool. I like that. I like that.
And it was crazy because I had recently just been in Miami with my friend, it was Marty in,
Mm-hmm.
in Haiti.
Mm-hmm.
So we come back and like probably like half a week goes by and then we hear an announcement. Oh, by the way, there were also signs while we were in Miami. On our last day, we're at the beach and we see a flyer and it says Kanye's private party. It was like an invitation. I don't know how legit that was. I think it was just like people, just someone just wanting you to sign up for, like for text
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But like Kanye just kept coming up into our reality so much. And then
Fuck.
we hear the official announcement of Donda. And like I knew I had to go. It's that gut feeling.
Holy
I know
shit.
I have to be there. So I'm just gonna do it. I don't care how much it costs. Everything's gonna work out. Again, the money always comes back.
It always comes back. God damn. God damn.
So so we get there. We're on acid. We just like took one tab, just like chill out. Bro, tell me
That's
why
so wild.
the group of people literally sitting in the row directly behind us were on shrooms too.
No way.
They were the perfect people to party with. And we had
Yo.
like we were like up higher, like in our own section. We got to
Yeah.
smoke, dance, drink. Like we were just having a blast. And it felt
That
like we were
sounds
like
so
in a VIP
cool.
section. Dude, so of course Kanye is 2 hours late. And we knew that. Like the show was supposed to start at quote 8 o'clock. Like who would believe that?
Right.
But
It's kind of cool.
we've been waiting all day. Like, what do you like? You could have chilled, like go outside in the
Yeah.
sunshine. Come, like you have seats, like you're not gonna be first in line for anything.
Yeah.
So we got there, I think like maybe like 9:30. He ends up starting at 10 o'clock around that time.
Okay.
Literally doesn't say a word. We see the whole setup, like his childhood home built up, the stage. We see like the water, like just water on the ground. We're like, what are we in for? Like, there is no inclination of like what to expect. We were like, is this a live performance? Is this actually like a listening party? There was rumors people were gonna be there, like different celebrities.
Damn.
So it literally starts, no introduction, not even a hi. He literally right off the bat starts off with a song. And like, because maybe it was because we're on acid, bro. It just got better and better.
God damn.
It's got better. Like the Future comes out, Cardi, Alicia Keys, like we were losing our minds.
Whoa.
And he's going from Donda 2. So even that was like, there was a few times like I couldn't even dance. Like I was just like so impressed with the newest music I was listening to. There was like,
Damn.
based on like, damn, like what am I listening to right now?
That was like fucking perfect music to your ears.
Right?
Especially being on freaking acid. Come on now.
And having Donda, him playing Donda, like which is literally my favorite album since September. I've just had it on like, bro.
Yes.
And then he ends off with Off the Grid.
Oh my
We
God.
huge fireworks. It lasts like maybe 10 seconds. By the time we had time to process what we just saw, the show ended.
Damn.
Magically, the hundreds of people on stage, like with Sunday service, are just all gone. And we're like,
so crazy. Did this even just happen?
Dude, it was like, I swear to God, the best performance I have ever seen. Like this man is a genius on another level. Like, I'm just so grateful we are in the same lifetime as him.
Kanye, shout out to Kanye, man. You know, we go get you on the podcast one of these days. God fucking damn.
I'm manifesting. He comes up in my reality a lot. And I'm just like, why is that? Like, I don't think that's a coincidence.
When you meet him first, just slap him.
I got the perfect podcast for you to come on. And when you think about it, it's like the way he thinks, like he's living in the future for real.
Yeah. And people misunderstand him.
So many people do. And I feel like people like us can really appreciate that.
Yeah.
So wouldn't he want to be?
He says things in the aggression that we want to say, but we say it just respectfully and polite.
For real.
Sometimes I want to say exactly what the fuck he's saying, but I'm like, we have an audience now. Come down. That's so fucking. I can't imagine seeing Kanye off on psychedelics. I would be content with life.
Right?
After that, be honest.
Oh man, it took us like literally the whole night and even into the morning. We were like, what the hell did we just see?
Damn.
Like, so long to process the greatness we just witnessed.
God damn. Hey, shout out to Ye. I want to see. I was listening to the performance on YouTube, but they don't got the same pizzazz. The same pizzazz on it. But then I saw too that he got the little stem player thing. That's the only way you can like listen to the album. Like, fuck, I'm gonna have to buy this thing.
It's on YouTube. Someone did upload it. You know what? I'm actually waiting. I did a shroom trip for my birthday this past weekend.
Let's go. We can talk about that too. I want to know about your birthday.
So when Donda first came out in September, I was on 2 tabs listening to it. Literally
beautiful.
Had the best time of my life. Like it was a session. I didn't expect to cry that much. Like it just touched me on the deepest level. And
do even you have you listened to it's 2 songs that really get me on Donda? It's Come to Life.
I love
and it's another one. Hold on. Because it's certain Kanye songs that just fucking put me in my feels, man.
And listening to Come to Life, that piano part, like I felt like I was in heaven listening to that the first time.
Come to Life and not Television. Wait. No, that's not it. Lord, I Need You.
I love that song. Yeah. And for me, you know what song I love, like that I keep listening to now? Like whenever like I kind of need that like energy, whenever I take life too seriously, I'll listen to 24 and just during Sunday service, like it just makes me so grateful for life again.
And this making me want to do this shit again. He had like a certain Sunday service on YouTube. They was all in like blue lights and shit. And he was like going through like his songs, and I would like just have like a little mini smoke session and just like vibe out to it. I was like, yeah, this is my little concert.
him with Sunday service. Oh, and Sunday service was at the performance too, bro. Hearing their voices in person, just like
Does
going
it
to the
does it
body,
sound as angelic in person as it does in the thing?
even better.
Oh my God.
Like it just went through me. Although at one point there was just like it kind of felt like an exorcism. They were just like, yeah, I don't even know how to describe it, but it was just so powerful, dude.
Wow.
I really, man, if I knew about Coachella earlier, I definitely would have gotten tickets to that to see him and Sunday service.
That would have been freaking nuts.
And now I'm debating going to Rolling Loud, Miami, because I went last year and dude, I had such a fucking blast. But the energy is just like a little too hectic for me.
I can't be that close to people, and I get claustrophobic, and I'm gonna end up swinging on somebody. So I need like the respectable, because I can't do places like that because my anxiety and I pick up on other people's energy. One thing I've noticed too, with like concerts, let's just say like a Travis Scott concert or some shit, like we're familiar with like the frequencies in music. Certain frequencies, like when you drunk or you on drug, is like over, opening your crown chakra. So in
Yeah.
my head, I'm like, fuck, what shit is happening right now? And that shit scared the fuck out of me. So I'm like, nah, I'm gonna just stay away.
When I was a man, I sound like I've I love psychedelics. So when I went to Rolling Loud seeing Travis Scott, I took Molly, was a
Fuck.
little tipsy, and I decided that was my first time, four
Molly's a
tabs,
good time though. Molly's a good time. Molly's a good
four
time.
tabs of acid, and then an Adderall just to like even everything out.
What? I thought I was dangerous. Damn.
Dude, it was so wild, like being around that many people. Although, like, I love experiences like that because I realized like it really is our own vibration. Like, because I knew my vibration
Mm,
was stronger. And every time like I felt like the crowd, well, that's another thing. Like when you're in a crowd like that, like I felt the calm before the crowd. And like
okay.
that instinct, like I would tell my friends, like when we would get pretty good spots, like up close, I'm like, you guys, like this shit's about to get wild. We need to leave. Like I already
Damn. So you can feel that.
like we're not in a safe space. Like we need to bounce. Dude, that's why I had so much compassion for like the victims of Astro World because it's like,
Yeah.
dude, Travis Scott is one of my favorite artists. Like, I I mean, no one wants a tragedy like that to happen. It
Yeah.
was an accident. Yes, he could have had more responsibility and accountability, but just like the slander and the hate, it's like no one wanted that. That was not planned,
Yeah.
opinion. But obviously it was planned by the universe for some reason. But I had so much compassion because even being at Rolling Loud, like
Yeah.
especially Travis Scott set, like bro, like he brings the rage for real. Like
I
in a good
can't
way.
imagine.
And when you're stuck in that, like, and we were in the back too, so I can't even imagine what it was like for people in the front. When you're caught in that like wave of people,
And
you're
even just being in that trance, some people are in a legit trance.
yeah. And I could see why, like with the music that he has.
So let me let's dive on this deeper. So people are in a trance, right? So who's in control of your body during that moment because of his
Mm,
music and his vibration? Then you have people who, who are not. So for those people who are like panicking and shit, you looking up at somebody who's not them in this present moment, that shit can be fucking scary.
uh, Did I remember someone was reading was saying that like they saw Travis Scott. I think it was at Coachella like years ago. They were on
Mhm.
shrooms and they literally saw like entities going from his body into
That's what
other
I'm
people.
saying.
Oh.
That shit is fucking real. And that's scary to think about.
And I had to admit, like, because he was my favorite artist, I had a lot of cognitive dissonance. And I probably like
Mhm.
I'm sure people like listening to me right now could even spot that because
Mhm.
like I just don't I guess it's two
It's
things.
hard
Like,
for you to to wrap your head around it.
yes. And it's
Yeah.
also, I have to admit, it's maybe it's cognitive dissonance, but like I don't want to believe in negative entities. I don't want
Yeah.
like this like powerful devil and like evil spirits out to get you.
Yeah.
Like
Just
I
think
can
every
have negative energy, but like an entity specifically trying to cause you harm.
Mhm.
Because like when I see it from the grand scheme of things, it's like we're all if we're all made of source and love,
Yeah.
why would there be a specific evil entity? And especially higher dimensional beings.
Yeah.
For humans, I can understand. Like, that's why we're here, to have that contrast. And maybe it applies in higher dimensions.
It's tough. Like, okay, like you said, higher perspective, source, and then these are the characters, the extensions from source. So good and bad are both subjective. So the bad guy isn't really the bad guy. Bad guy is just playing the script in a role. Now the shit can be fucked up, but it's gonna be fucked up, but it's still playing a role. And then that's what kind of keeps me, level-headed with things that's going on. And somebody listen to this, Rich, Jasmine, what about blah blah blah? Well, that situation is just how the character and how it's supposed to plan out. But that takes me back to the not divine timing, but destiny and things.
Like,
Yeah, like for example, I'm pretty sure our souls before we incarnated here said they're gonna link up and have a friendship. So when we first spoke, it just felt like we knew each other. And that's the case with like, you and Andy or, X, Y, and Z. And it just, like I said, that's just really been fucking with me lately. Like, you have a thought to, okay, I want to manifest X, Y, and Z. But where did that thought come from? We aren't our thoughts. We're just the observer of our thoughts. We forget this. So you take that same principle, who implanted that thought for me to want to manifest this? And then when you think a negative thought that doesn't feel right, who is the hijacker trying to plant that seed in my brain for me to create that reality? That blows my mind.
It's just so crazy. Even like with certain negative thoughts, it's like, I don't even align with this. Like, where did this come from?
And it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right.
But when
I know it's early this morning, but we getting deep. We get deep.
And also, I guess like for me, like for things that like I want to manifest, like the positive thoughts, I do feel like it comes like from my higher self.
Yeah.
But interesting, where does the next come
this
from?
is what I'm saying. So I'm thinking, because okay, you have your negative entities who are joyriding this experience just like us, right? Whatever one of y'all motherfuckers that's hanging around looking for an opportunity, you plant a little thought. But then it made me think, like, what does that look like from their perspective? Are they like just hovering around us and they just like, I don't like, how does that work? It's so fascinating to me. It's so fascinating.
It is.
Because you can go from, and that's why I don't adopt that victim shit. Like, whatever you're going through, yeah, that shit sucks, but it's your responsibility to change the situation. And again, easier said than done. Rich, I lost this. Rich, I lost that. Blah blah blah. But you were supposed to. I know you don't want to hear that, but you were supposed to. It changed you. It shifted your perspective on something and your awareness. And because of that situation, you wouldn't be how you are now. Yeah, it might have sucked, but it needed to get your attention somehow because you was too comfortable.
Yep.
You see the signs.
And when we get there's two books that I love by Robert Schwartz. It's called like one's called like Your Soul's Plan. I forgot what it was. It's like it's a similar title, but basically the author, he's working with a medium who channels Yeshua, who's able to infuse people, and the people get to ask him questions about like like why did I choose this part of my life? Like why did I have to go through this in this lifetime?
Holy shit! Okay,
it's so wild. Like, dude, everything is planned, and it's really fucked up. Like the book gets into like on like horrible situations too, like incest, rape, like that, like those topics that like most people really don't want to talk about.
That author is brave for doing that, because people, those are the follow-up questions. I didn't deserve to be raped. I didn't, X, Y, and Z. And then how do you can't say, well, your soul wanted you to do that. That's insensitive in that moment. So it's kind of like, fuck, what maybe I don't say nothing.
And the fact that like literally everyone we're interacting with, like it is part of our soul contracts to interact with.
Mm-hmm.
And as fucked
Damn.
up as it sounds, so the people that have caused us the most hurt and harm in this lifetime are actually some of our best friends on the other side that took on this role to help us specifically.
Damn. They loved us so much that they said, I'm gonna be your antagonist in your movie this go around
Yep.
to open your heart more. Damn.
Yep. That's what me and my dad, like, we don't have the closest relationship. I really wish it was stronger. And I'm just holding the space. I love him because I love him unconditionally, of all parts of him. But I'm holding the space for some breakthrough to happen in our. But whenever I get upset or like, I start taking this this world too seriously, I straight up just talk to his soul. Like I bypass his human form and like I go straight to his soul. Like before, like I go to sleep, I'm like, man, like I don't know why you did that shit today. You're excellent at your role, being contrast starter, but I just want to say I appreciate you and thank you for the lessons that you're bringing me.
That's powerful. I never thought about that. Damn.
And it's so great for forgiveness too, because it's like a lot of times with forgiveness, and like Dolores Cannon speaks on this too. Like you don't have to actually tell the person,
Yeah.
like them, like you don't have to tell them directly that you forgive them. Like sometimes just talk to them like in your head, like talk to their souls, like thank them, and that's enough.
Damn. That's powerful. That's why I enjoy our podcast episodes, because we just is fuck. So recently, and it's kind of ironic. So after my stepdad's passing, it brought me and my mom closer, which I'm grateful for. And when I'm getting to the habit of asking my mama shit that happened in childhood, like why did this happen? Or like, for example, I remember having to be at a police station for my dad to pick us up, kind of shit. But in my mind, for my 29 years of living, I always thought she was the reason. So I asked her the question, and then she wasn't the reason. It was as he was the reason. And I was like, fuck, I've held on to so much shit.
Oh my gosh.
Thinking that you were the bad guy when you were actually the fucking good guy.
Bro.
And my guard dropped. I was like, fuck, mom. Like inside, I was like, I'm fucking sorry. You literally was just doing the best that you fucking could. And I was acting like a piece of shit.
Aww.
And I was like, damn, I'm so sorry. And then from there, we just got closer. So I'm like, damn, I'm grateful that I had the awareness to do this earlier than later.
Wow.
So I'm like, shit, this is making me emotional talking about it. But goddamn, it has helped me. It helped me in my healing journey, because in parts of my book I talk about it. But now I want to scrap certain shit and like just rewrite, because now my relationship is different.
What if like that was the pause in writing your book?
I was thinking.
Yeah.
I was thinking that. So I was like, damn, yo, that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. You learn some shit about your dad that you ain't know. I was like, damn, you a typical Scorpio, man. God damn.
Oh yeah, dude.
He was like the uninvolved Scorpio. I was like, God damn. You shit. But it all happened how it was supposed to. And this is I'm just grateful. You just gotta, for anybody who's listening, it's like, if you just talk to your parent, man. We're all adults at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Just have a conversation with them. Do it for your healing. And then also from there, maybe they feel guilty about something, and they don't really know how to bring it up in conversation. Maybe I both need that therapy.
That's so wild. I had that same experience with my mom, like for the long, because I guess like my dad, he's very like he's a narcissist. Like he does have narcissistic personality disorder. So that manipulation and gaslighting, like he was so good at his role. I was trying to figure out which one of my parents had the narcissistic tendencies. That's how good because I was so codependent, and I was like, all right, like clearly I can't be codependent and not have the counterpart personality.
Right.
Off of like that just doesn't exist. I can't be codependent without with loving people.
Right.
So I'm trying to figure it out. And like, dude, when it hit me, because at first I thought it was my mom, because I'm seeing her lash out. I'm seeing sorry, what's like
No, you
Someone
good.
was,
You good. You good. You good.
so I'm seeing her lash out, and but then I realized it was like the side effect of everything she was going through, like how much pain she had, and I was just like, oh my
Yes.
god, I feel
And we
so.
didn't see it. We didn't see
Yeah.
it. But you mentioned your dad manipulating and gaslighting. But not but to add to that, do you think, and this is a question, do you think that him doing that showed you how to spot those things when people do it?
Yeah, big honest.
Okay.
I think that was the biggest lesson I had to learn because so it was crazy. I was in an abusive and toxic relationship for 7 years. I
Damn.
was I basically dated my dad.
Damn.
Dude, like I it was
So it is true, like you date your parents. That shit is fucking true.
dude. Because I was used to that male dynamic. Like
Yeah.
that's how I thought a male figure worked in my
Mm-hmm.
life. So, dude, I'm just so like, and I can thank both of them. Maybe not to their faces,
Oh no,
because
no, no.
if I could, like, I would have a schedule so like my ex gets like jumped like once a month randomly. Like,
It's okay. It's okay.
I have a lot to release though from anger. um, but I'm just like on the soul level, I'm so grateful because I literally would not be here right now talking to you if it wasn't for those experiences.
Fast.
I would be in a completely different mentality. So and I had to
Damn.
learn somehow, like, hey, if it wasn't through my dad, like I had to see it in different relationships. And now looking back, it's like I had those same dynamics with friendships. It's just like, bro, like how many times, like, yo, like when the universe wants you to learn a lesson, like it will come in all forms until you wake up.
Damn. This we preaching this morning. God damn. Cause it's true, man. Like I try to get people just to like look at the root of why they're attracting certain shit.
Yeah.
And it all just stems back to childhood. It's just literally how it stems. Like if you're getting triggered, like for example, when if somebody left my life or friendships ended or something like that, I would take that personally. But why did I
Yeah.
take it personally? Because it triggered childhood wounds,
Abandonment, like
abandonment.
good enough.
So, and in actuality, you served your role, the contract ended, it's time for you to go.
Hmm.
Can't hold on to some shit that's dead.
It's so wild. And me and Andy were talking the other day, and so like in terms of manifesting, like everything really has an emotional root. And so he was just
Mm-hmm.
saying, like, for example, like especially like dealing with money and stuff like that, like when
Mm-hmm.
you don't feel abundant enough, um, he got the advice to, like the core emotion for
Mm-hmm.
not feeling abundant might be like that you felt powerless as a kid, that you didn't have decisions to make. And it was just so that like blew my mind. I was like, whoa, like
You were
what's
powerless. Wait, you can't drop that and keep going.
like,
gotta, gotta go back.
what's the core emotion for not feeling that you deserve things? Maybe you feel powerless, like that you
Yeah.
undeserving, like you don't feel good enough. And where did that stem from? Probably in your childhood.
God damn, Jasmine.
Dude, there's just it's so crazy. Like a year ago, I would have felt like I was on top of my shit and my knowledge. And now, like looking back, like I feel like a little fetus. Like I'm still learning so much.
But that's the beauty of it, though. That's why I appreciate having guests on because it just challenges your perspective. I never want to be the know-it-all because then
Me,
that's you and your ego.
me neither. And if
I,
anyone wants to fool me on like negative entities, like I am so down. I've just never heard like a legit perspective on it besides like
right. Like
paranormal. I don't know.
we're not here to, judge or anything like that. It's just educating each other. And if it resonates, it resonates. If it don't, it don't. But we had the conversation and that's it. We don't
Yeah.
have to, it's not, and see, that's the thing too. We don't have to agree with everything. It's not what our jobs is. That person's belief is creating more realities to be experienced. So you have your free will.
Whoa. I love that.
It's true. Who am
That
I to
part,
tell you? Who am I to tell you differently? That's your reality. That's the contrast. I need you and you need me. We're each other's contrast. That's how this shit keeps growing. It's
and for me, it's like
wild.
every someone brings up someone's like clearly, all right, clearly I'm attracting this in my reality for a reason. So like
Yeah.
listen and see what's up.
But see, the difference is, Jasmine, you, like you said, let me see what's up. So there's a curiosity because you know it's happening for a reason. So now you're waiting for the why versus Jasmine 17 years ago and Richard 17 years ago. Even I even say fucking 6 years ago.
Yeah, probably.
Oh fuck, another thing's happening, blah blah blah, but not knowing momentum, creating more things, and or universe is like, look, motherfucker, I'm just trying to show you a lesson. You making this harder than it has to be. So
Yeah.
you don't know what you don't know.
Dude, that's like my motto.
You
I
don't know
don't
what you don't
know
know.
what I don't know.
It's fucking true.
That's what
It's
makes life so exciting. It's like, bro, I feel like the more I learn, the more I realize how much I don't know.
you don't know nothing, and that's imagine it's boring because you turned 31, right?
hmm
How did you feel turning 30? I turned 30 this year, and I don't know how I feel like that's my prime. So I don't know, like,
Dude, I feel so. One thing, even since last year, I don't believe in aging anymore.
okay,
I wholeheartedly, like the same way you were talking to your body and your immune system to get better, my body, I know I'm gonna have a teenage body for the rest of my life. No
okay.
wrinkles, no joint pain. My body is gonna keep renewing and regenerating with no issue.
So,
That's my
ooh,
belief. I am not subscribing to our bodies aging over the years.
think about this, Jasmine. When we say, okay, for example, you turned 31 years old, old, it's like we aging ourselves each year.
Yeah.
So I started saying this 29 years young, just to switch the programming on it. Because
Mhm.
I ain't trying to age. I'm still young as hell.
Yeah, hell yeah. Dude, and when you think about it, right, our cells are constantly dying and regenerating.
Mm-hmm.
We're technically new. So where is this oldness coming from?
Yeah.
Part doesn't,
Damn.
I'm sorry, that part doesn't make sense to me. And the fact that like technically every 7 years we have a completely different body. So
I
I
just
think if you're expecting wrinkles, if you're expecting saggy skin, if you're expecting gray hair, that's exactly what your body's gonna do.
but they don't people just don't know the power of your words. It's
Yep.
something so simple.
I was with Neville Goddard, man, there's so many cool manifesting stories.
Do you have his book, The Power of Your Imagination? I think that's the name of it.
I think I was listening to the audiobook on
Okay,
YouTube.
okay, okay, okay. It's good enough. It's good enough.
Yeah. This one woman was explaining how she literally reversed gray hair back into her normal hair color.
Bro.
It took like a year, but it happened. Her body listened.
Damn. That's why I tell people, like, you can do anything. Then the beliefs and the limitations start popping up, and like, keep that away from me. Keep
Dude,
that away from me.
I'll never forget Dolores Cannon's daughter, Julia Cannon, has a book
Even though
called
she had a daughter.
Yeah, they've like been buddies. And like shout out to Julia Cannon because she's kept all of Dolores's Cannon's podcast episodes. So, like before it
There's
was even
podcast episodes. Sorry.
go to her YouTube channel, Dolores Cannon. So this was like on BBC Radio before like in like early 2010, before podcasts were a thing. She called them the metaphysical hour. She would literally hop on, speak for like an hour, give a free phone number, and anyone would have been able to call in and
No
ask
way.
wanted to.
No way.
Dude, if that happened now, like,
I see it. Ah.
oh my God, they're so amazing. So shout out to her
Definitely.
daughter. Her daughter's like running that YouTube channel. But even her daughter said because she wrote a book called Soul Speak. So it's
Okay.
basically explaining how and why certain diseases and pains we experience physically
Mhm.
are just messages from our bodies.
I
So
was talking. So
Mhm.
no, I'm sorry to cut you off. I was talking. Are you familiar with inner practitioner?
Yeah.
He was talking about this on our episode, but it was in terms of like when you feeling sadness, what messages that popping up, anger, X, Y, and Z. Damn. So that's interesting.
Mhm. So Julia was explaining, so like even something like arthritis, like what happens? Your joints get stiff. It's like even if it's in your hands, it's like
Yeah.
literally having trouble letting go of something. Isn't that wild? It's like little thing, like, or
So
it's
energy blockages that,
manifest into diseases.
God damn.
Because when you think about it, so and everything starts as every pain and disease you've ever had started off as an emotion.
That's so true. Something just
The
happening
more you
right now.
ignore it, the more it's going to manifest into physical disease.
Imagine this. Imagine you getting pissed off or something really fucking got your ass and you can't shake that emotion and you feel like your body's starting to get hot, your vibration is starting to low. Starting to lower. Damn.
Like that energy is just going to condense because it's still trapped in your body if you're not releasing it. Where's it going to go? It's going to be there and just like manifest physically.
Ooh, you preaching this morning. God damn.
Dude, she was explaining how like cancer is usually because it's suppressed anger. And think about it, your cells are multiplying out of control. And what happens when you're angry? It's like you're a boiling pot of water.
Damn.
It's
Listen to this. This is some fascinating shit.
but Dolores Cannon Julia Cannon was explaining like aging is just a belief. And as soon as I read that,
Aging is just a belief.
Like it resonated so much.
Aging is just so okay. I ask you, hey Jasmine, I can't even say that. Okay, no, I'm gonna play the contrast. Hey Jasmine, how old are you?
I would say 31, but in my head, like the number 31 for me just means like I've been around the sun 31
times. Even when I say how old, it don't feel right now since having this conversation.
Yeah.
Dang.
Like
But it's like I'm aging you. I'm aging you too if you accept the programming.
mm-hmm.
So I'll say, how old are you? You say 31 years old.
And
So
you know what?
it's kind of like, you know, like the TV when it says like viewer discretion is advised and like they like getting started. This is literally what the hell just happened. Damn, that's so wild.
And it's crazy in my head. And this happened like the past week. Like every time someone would say like the number, every time I saw the number 31, I just kept thinking like I have an 18-year-old body. It doesn't even matter. I don't know, like 18 is in my head for some reason.
Because I've been seeing, like, I know you were talking to your body to like to shed off the
The way,
weight. I found that so interesting. I didn't get a chance to talk to you about that, but I find that very interesting.
dude. And I started this in October, and it was one of those things where it's like, because usually like if I have a problem with something, I usually find a solution energetically or like physically, like it always works out. But like for me, like I was wondering, it's like, why is weight and food a constant issue in my life? Like I had an eating disorder as a teenager, like anorexia and bulimia. And even till now, it's just like, why do I struggle with this? It makes no sense. I was like, you know what? Let me forget about everything, like food and exercise. I'm gonna go right into my thoughts and see what's up with that.
Damn.
So I had no idea I had so much emotional baggage related to diet and food and exercising, even as a kid. So once I kind of went through that, like was really honest with myself. And then I did body affirmations, like literally telling my body, like, I'm so happy. I have a fast metabolism. Like, thank you for processing food so fast. Thank you for the waste you don't need. Thank you, because any food that I choose, I know it's great for me.
Yeah.
So I'm eating anything and feeling great about it.
And that makes so much sense. But we don't think about that.
Nope. Because we think it's like all outside of ourselves. Like, oh, if I eat this, I'm gonna gain weight. Or like if I don't exercise, my body's gonna deteriorate, or like I'm gonna gain it all back, or like I'm gonna lose my gains. It's like, no. Like
I fell into that trap angle. When I had COVID, I was like, I think my mind was playing tricks. Man, I'm like, fuck, my arm's going down. I feel I gotta work this back. But one thing is fascinating that you say talk to your body. Like during like sets and shit, I talk to my muscles. I got this from this guy I study on YouTube, and he talks to his muscle group. So he tells his biceps, you're gonna grow, X, Y, and Z. So I'm just in the habit, of doing that, and just motherfucker, I'm in control. I want 22-inch arms, so you gonna fucking get big as shit. That's my command.
And I feel like having specific numbers like that like really work. Like I kind of go into extremes. So like when I started my affirmations, I would literally look at myself in the mirror every morning and be like, my body loses a pound of fat each day until I'm at my goal weight. And like it sounds ridiculous, but
No,
bro,
it doesn't.
dude, I haven't been to the gym since the fall. Like I have not paid attention to my diet and I'm losing weight. It's you know what the craziest thing happened? I remember one day, like I did binge eat, like I did overeat, like there was no denying that. But
It's
then
okay.
like, it was like I kept thanking my body for having such a fast metabolism and for processing food. Dude, within a few hours, like I was hungry again. And usually that would have until the next day, I would have felt full and uncomfortable.
Damn.
And I was like, there is no way this is happening right now.
That's
Like,
so.
it's so cool. Bro, we are in complete controls of our body. I, we are God to our body. Like we
We
are power
are.
warriors, like in this outside of us and inside of us.
This is some next level shit right here.
Dude, and even like when people kind of say like, oh, I'm dead. Like there's certain things I can't
Yeah.
like
I be
even if
correcting people. I got a habit of correcting people when they like saying certain shit. I'm
I
like,
can't words are way too powerful for me now. Like I can't say that stuff anymore.
like when somebody say like, I'm broke. Like, no, bro, it's not a financial priority. Like, you're
Yeah.
not broke. It's just not a financial priority. And that's with anything. Even when you're abundant, um, if you know you spent too much and you got to kind of lay low, it's just not a financial priority right now.
Yeah, it's not a financial priority. I love that.
So that way, you still in your abundance bag. Or even after you say that it's not a financial priority right now, I know I have the abundance for it, but I'm just choosing not to buy it. Even if you want to like add something onto it, but that's
Yeah.
the basis of your mantra.
Mm-hmm.
We in control.
And
We
then
in.
people wonder why things don't change. It's like, listen to what you're saying. For real. For
Yeah, you
real.
in a loop. You're in a constant loop, and you don't realize that. That's why I'm appreciative of like this platform because, like I said, you're gonna get a new person who's just randomly checking in, and then just this conversation, me and you have been completely changed everything for them.
Yep.
But it's just because we're having this conversation openly. It's powerful stuff.
Yeah.
It's powerful stuff.
But you have such a great platform for real. Like this is
I
special.
appreciate you.
It's really special. I don't know any podcast doing like going through these topics.
That's why I try to keep that in mind. I like to be humble with this whole thing. So I want to be like I'm the best podcaster out there. I mean, I could, but it just don't do nothing for me because my goal is just to help people. So like I guess I want to be well known so I can help and help more people. That's really my goal.
Yeah.
Um, but shit, I just be humble with this, to be honest. 100 episodes is 100 catalogs of wisdom to be shared, for the test of time. So that's how I look at it now.
And you're gonna have this forever. Like I'm sure you're gonna look back like 5 years and be like, man, I've learned so much since then. Like
I want
completely
1,000 episodes. That's my goal. I want 1,000 podcast episodes.
1,000.
1,000. We'll see how that manifests. But I want a catalog. I want some Joe Rogan kind of shit. That's what I want.
Who knows? You might have like a studio soon, like
Exactly. And when
name
I
that
do,
logo outside the door.
that'll be cold. And we go microdose on shrooms on set during a session. Just prepare
Yo,
for a 2 hour episode at that point because we go be diving deep.
who knows? You might be interviewing Joe Rogan.
That'll be surreal, man. That'll be. I'm gonna write some shit. I'm gonna script some things. I've been playing around with certain shit. Like if I'm scripting something, I'll tell myself like, this is my reality. It has to be this way, or I command it to be. It's like little shit, like little like I said this, it has to happen. Boom,
Yeah.
kind of shit. So I just been playing around with manifestations, but you're no stranger to the show, Jasmine. So I know you know what I'm gonna say next. I always ask this last question to my guests. What would your message be to humanity during this time?
I should have prepped for this.
No, it's whatever comes up.
Right, let's see.
Take your time.
This topic's been coming up a lot for me recently. So I think at this moment, my message to humanity is if you don't know how to live, you're not going to be able to know how to die. And so really live your life. I know it's cliche, but really look at what you're doing in your day to day.
What?
Why else are you here? What are you really doing?
What? That just fucked with me. If you don't know how to live, you won't know how to die. What?
Don't be on your deathbed regretting things. You have one chance. I mean, we're here through multiple lives and multiple lifetimes until we learn our lessons, but make the most of it. What do you have to lose?
God damn it, Jasmine. God fucking damn it. That just fucked with me.
Oh.
But that resonated.
Wow, I'm glad. It's been coming up a lot for me. Hey, maybe that's why I had the impulse to say it.
Yeah, that's why I said it's say whatever it was meant to come out. God damn it, Jasmine. We can't.
Wow.
We got to get another. Do you still smoke, or you took a break from it?
Oh no, I still smoke.
Oh, okay. So
Ooh.
next
They smoke
week or
sesh?
two, yeah, let's have a little smoke sesh.
I would
I had
absolutely.
to grab some. I had a smoke session with Rambo for the 100th episode. It was
I can't wait to hear that.
I had a smoke session with Rambo. I was like, I got to do it big, but no. What's just let me know we'll talk, but let me know your schedule next couple of weeks, and we'll get a smoke session in. That would be fucking
Ooh.
dope.
Oh man, we need it.
I'm
There's so much.
excited about that. But guys, I will provide all of Jasmine's details at the bottom of the description. Jasmine, you have been a blessing, and I absolutely love you, and thank you for being on the show.
Thank you, Rich. Thank you, everyone. This is such a blast.
Of course, guys. I hope you enjoyed this morning podcast episode of 101. I don't even know what the title gonna be, but it's gonna be something dope. So, guys, as always, I love you. Take care of yourself, and I'm glad to be back talking to you guys. Jasmine, you're awesome as always.
Bye, everyone.